Hey, welcome back to another Netcast. I'm Rich Lopez, Quantrix Authority. Sincerely appreciate you joining me today for episode number 185, end of month function to offset X number of months, etc. I showed you how to use the value at, select functionality, and some timeline functionality in Quantrix in episode number 184 to show you how to perform an offset. Well, I want to show you how to do that using an end of month function that's available in Quantrix Modeler. After I showed you that last example, I had a thought that maybe you could do it a little bit more straightforward than what I showed you previously in episode number 184 by using the end of month calculation in Quantrix. So again, my model setup is I have this timeline def where I have year and month, and then I have a timeline date associated with each one of those periods. And what I'm doing is I am flagging what the current period is when my input date matches that current period, okay? And what I want to do is I then want to offset from that current period X number of values that I input here. So if it's 4 and this is 6-1, I want to see a flag here in October. And I showed you how to do that in my previous episode using this formula of value at select with the hashtag year month indexing. Well, I want to show you how to do that using the end of month function because it may be just a little bit more straightforward. And end of month is really a great thing to have within your arsenal as you're working with dates in Quantrix. So what I'm going to say is end of month is equal to Eomonth. And what is my start date? My start date is select timeline date year month, where my current period flag year month, and again I have to specify year month, that way it's picking up my entire set of cells or my entire list, and I need to do that in both the value list as well as the key list, so otherwise I may get a pound size error. And what is the lookup value? Well, I really just want to find the current period right now, so that's going to bring my current period. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, well, how many months? Well, do I want to get the end of month for? I want to get it for my offset here. And when I do that, what we're going to see is we're going to see probably a strange date. We're going to see 1031. Well, 1031 doesn't exactly match October 1. So what I want to then do is I simply want to say equals. So when my end of month offset, like I have going on here, equals my end of month timeline date, where I offset my end of month here in this formula 0, right? So it just gives me the last day of this month. So when that equals each other, I want to see ones and zeros, so I want to see my index here, and you can see that bam, indeed it's matching it just perfectly. So again, if I were to change this to 2, I would see it here in August. If I were to put this out to 10, I would see it all the way over here into April. So again, in my previous episode I showed you how to do it using this formula right here. And now I'm showing you how to do it with the end of month calculation or function within Quantrix. Anyway, if you have any questions about how end of month works or anything about Quantrix, I do hope that you'll reach out to me at quantrixauthority@gmail.com and ask me your question. It's free. I do this as a public service because I think Quantrix is fantastic and I want to make everybody a Quantrix master. So please join me again for another episode of Quantrix Authority with Rich Lopez.